I recently got back from the Best Friends Animal Conference. Now, Best Friends is one of the largest nonprofit organizations focused on animal welfare. They have a large sanctuary out in Utah. If you have an opportunity to visit it, it's absolutely amazing. But they also add a ton of value across the entire country for other rescues, shelters, nonprofits dedicated to animal welfare. And I actually run a rescue called FC3 Firelands Community Cat Coalition. As a rescue, we can be what's called a Best Friends Network partner. And it's free to be a network partner. And as a network partner, we have access to other rescues, other organizations where we can share ideas and oftentimes transport animals to and from other rescues and other shelters so they can get an opportunity to be adopted in a different location. Now, the reason I'm bringing this to you today is because I have two passions. And the first one is animal welfare and running the rescue that I have, which is focused on TNR, Trap-Neuter-Return. And then my other passion is leadership and team development, and seeing people be happy going to work and seeing leaders really focus on culture and employee engagement and doing the work that really helps their team and their employees to be productive and to enjoy work and to have a place to work that is very much enjoyable. So those are my two passions. And I had the opportunity to blend the two passions. And I was a speaker at the Best Friends annual conference. And my session was about both animal welfare and leadership. In fact, it emphasized how to be a good leader in a rescue organization. And the title was Small Town TNR Succeeds Through Compassionate Leadership. So my session was about starting a TNR program in a small town and some of the ways we've been successful and things we have done to help others start a TNR program in their area as well. I coined the hashtag Be the Someone. We all see people post on social media. I hope someone helps out. I hope someone does something. I hope someone can take that animal. And I learned long ago that I am the someone, and so are you. So my session was all about marrying both rescue with leadership. So I want to talk a little bit about that in this video. I'm Erin Leidy, founder of Risen Path Consulting and founder of FC3 Firelands Community Cat Coalition. I'm passionate about employee engagement and workplace culture and animal welfare. So I'm bringing the two together to you today in this video. And the emphasis is on shelter work, rescue work. Now, when we're in rescue, we're in animal welfare, there are so many different styles of personalities and different people we need to work with. Inside our rescue, inside our shelter, we have employees, we have volunteers, we have customers, we have visitors, we have adopters, we have fosters. We have people who are on our board who we need to communicate with. We have people who are our donors who we need to communicate with. That's a lot of variety of people. And communicating with each one of these styles is really important on understanding maybe what their style is and how to improve the communication and your relationship with each one of these different people. And my emphasis was on the DISC style during my session at the Best Friends annual conference. So I emphasized how to identify the different styles of DISC, which is dominance, influence, steadiness, and conscientiousness. Now, working in a shelter, like I said, you have so many different personalities that you are most likely having to work with and deal with. One minute you're helping a volunteer or instructing a volunteer on how to feed a certain animal, how to give meds or what type of meds or how to log information. The next minute you might be answering the phone and a donor's on the other end and they have questions about, the fundraiser that's currently going on. So you're constantly switching gears from volunteer to donor conversation, to employee conversation, to board member conversation, and then at the same time taking care of the animals. So when that is your environment, it is very stressful. There's a lot of anxiety, and it's important to make sure that we are still treating everybody with kindness and respect and in a style and in the way that they appreciate the most. So it's just a reminder to put this into your culture, to put this into your everyday work, and understand these different styles. The dominant style, and that they're fast-paced and they really like results. They want to stick to the facts. They want their questions answered quickly, but don't be offended by that. Some people are intimidated by that, or they immediately think, oh, this person doesn't like me. They're so abrupt. And that just tends to be their style. And once you understand that, you can not be offended. You can understand that that is what they need. They need results and they need quick answers. It doesn't mean you're not important. It doesn't mean they don't like you. It's just the awareness around their style. And then the other styles, if you have folks on your team that are the S style, they're very much relationship focused and collaboration. They want to do a good job and they don't like making mistakes. And the minute they make a mistake, they're going to beat themselves up more so than you might. And so allow that to happen and acknowledge that it's a mistake. Nobody's perfect. Allow mistakes to happen. Learn from them and make it a teaching moment as well as an appreciation moment. And make sure you're not beating them up for making mistakes. You want to hold on to your team. You want to hold on to your volunteers, and you want to make sure you are embedding this information into your culture and making it valuable and making it come to life. It's a living, breathing type of thing that you can do inside your organization. Have those conversations, understand the different styles, reach out if you want to learn more about that. I'm more than happy to have a conversation of what that might look like. But just a reminder to honor and respect and appreciate and be kind to everybody you encounter, especially in rescue. We all need to treat each other with kindness. Sometimes there's just too much competition happening or unkindness or criticism happening. And we just need to pause and remind ourselves, everybody's going through this together and the animals are important to everybody. And at the end of the day, we also have to deal with the humans. And whether or not we encounter feral humans or not, we have to understand different styles and how we can adapt to those styles and invite others to adapt to our styles as well. So I'm curious to know, what are some of the challenges you're dealing with when it comes to the people or the personalities on your team or your customers or the people who are adopting from you? Like, what are some of those challenges when it comes to those leadership styles and characteristics? Would love to hear from you in the comments and have that conversation around how we can improve our culture and the people who help us in animal rescue. It's such important work that needs to be done, and want to keep the conversation going and keep the conversation alive, and look forward to hearing from you in the comments.